Hello, my name is Nate Torres, and this is my doom scrolling informative speech. How many times a day do you find yourself mindlessly and endlessly scrolling short form slump? The majority of Americans have a doom scrolling problem, and unfortunately, that statistic may or may not include you. As someone who has experienced a doom scrolling addiction firsthand, I know exactly what it feels like to be affected by doom scrolling. And I've spent multiple hours researching the effects of doom scrolling mentally and physically on your body, and methods in which you can reduce the effects of doom scrolling on your body. Doom scrolling worsens mental and physical health, but there are steps you can take to mitigate the effects of doom scrolling on your body. First, I will explain what doom scrolling is and the effects that it has mentally and physically on the human body. Second, I'll explain steps you can take to reduce your doom scrolling usage and to reduce the effects that doom scrolling can have on your body. Teens and adults overconsume social media. And these days, doom scrolling is more prevalent than ever before. Doom scrolling is an outlet for social media users. It is an outlet in a harsh and negative world, and it is defined as endlessly scrolling short-form content or just the general overconsumption of social media. Doom scrolling can cause anxiety and depression as well. According to a study by Matt Price, published by the American Psychiatric Association on November 14th, 2022, an increase in consumption of negative social media was associated with increased rates of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and depression. And it led to a negative cycle of doom scrolling consumption to the experiencing of the effects of PTSD and depression. The study provided strong evidence that repeat use of negative social media can cause mental health problems. While doom scrolling may begin as a coping mechanism in a harsh world, it traps users in an unhealthy cycle where the information presented to them on the internet distresses them, and that causes them to seek out more information, which again leads to them consuming more distressing information. Not only does doom scrolling cause mental health problems like PTSD and depression, but it can also exacerbate pre-existing mental health conditions, and it is actually more likely to exacerbate pre-existing health conditions. According to an article by Thor Benson published in Wired on November 23rd, 2023, psychologists from the University of Vermont noted a decrease in the ability to cope with stress in people that had a doom scrolling addiction. For people with histories of anxiety or depression, repeatedly viewing negative media or too much media at once can intensify their symptoms. Overall, the cycle of scrolling through negative media is harmful because it increases anxiety and exacerbates mental health problems. Now that I've explained to you how doom scrolling can negatively affect your mental and physical health, I will explain steps you can take to reduce your scrolling time and reduce the effects of doom scrolling on your body. While doom scrolling has been proven to worsen mental and physical health, there are steps you can take to manage it. Mindfulness is the #1 strategy in reducing the effects of overconsumption of social media and doom scrolling on your body. According to a study on March 1st, 2024, published by the Journal of Community Psychology, author Sümeyye Taskin surveyed around 400 Turkish adults regarding their social media habits. And the #1 thing they noted in the study was that a lack of mindfulness in their daily lives was associated with a much higher addiction rate for doom scrolling and overconsumption of social media. Mindfulness helps to manage your social media usage, and it is a time to focus on your goals, plan your day, and relax. It also helps regulate your thoughts and your emotions, and it is something that you should make central to the management of your social media usage. There are also many smaller changes you can make in your life to help manage your scrolling habits and manage your consumption of social media. According to the Mental Health Foundation, on a study published on October 8th, 2025, there were many small changes that they noted that you can make in your life that will help reduce the effects of doom scrolling on your body. These changes included setting time limits on your phone, setting time limits on your social media apps. It included initiating phone-free zones in your home, such as your bed, your desk, or your dresser. They included using watches as alarm clocks instead of your phones to reduce the urges to scroll on your phone. It included managing your social media feeds, so going in your settings of your social media apps and setting time limits, stuff like that, and mindfulness, as we discussed earlier. And specifically, they mentioned managing scrolling with positive activities, such as going outside, reading, and mindfulness, like we spoke about earlier. These activities are all very reasonable strategies to balance doom scrolling and your media consumption, and they can effectively limit the harmful effects that scrolling can have on your body and on your mind. Doom scrolling has been proven to worsen your mental and physical health, but there are things you can do to mitigate the effects. First, I told you about the health effects of doom scrolling and how it can exacerbate pre-existing mental health conditions. Second, I explained multiple steps that you can take to mitigate the effects of doom scrolling. Doom scrolling is an emerging topic since COVID that affects all Americans who use social media and who use scrolling platforms. The health effects that doom scrolling can have on your body are not to be dismissed, as they are very serious and they can lead to very serious mental health diagnoses. As a scroller, I definitely recommend that you take at least 2 of the measures and implement them into your daily life to help you have healthy scrolling habits. And I hope this speech will help you become a safe scroller. Thank you very much.